It all began back in December. Every team with a positive outlook going forward.
3 seconds. 2, 1. It's good! A buzzer beater.
Through the course of this season, ups and downs.
Knocked down and wins it in overtime.
And that will be it. My goodness. Heartbreak.
Now.
Great fight, but they come up just short.
We're in playoff time.
What a ball game. What a classic.
And every team's trying to
earn a trip to the state tournament.
The state tournament. The excitement begins now.
What a night here. They win. My goodness, what a finish.
WCMP Sports presents high school basketball.
Walker-Hackensack-Akeley Wolves for the Section 5 crown and an opportunity to be able to go to the state tournament next week down in the Twin Cities to challenge for a single A state championship. Glad you could join us for the ball game tonight. We're going to get our pregame started right off the bat with an interview with Zach Loy, coach of the Bombers, when we return back here to Hollenbeck Hall.
All right, we're now joined by the Braham girls basketball head coach, Zach Loy. First of all, Coach Loy, thanks so much for joining me.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
And we are into playoffs. We are into the thick of things. And looking at the start of the playoffs, you guys were able to get a home game there against East Central, a team who you play twice during the regular season. That was a pretty good defensive effort there by your team, only allowing 6 points, not just in the first half, the entire game. Take us through that game from your perspective.
Our first game, we were locked in for our entire playoff run. And we knew that as a group, we could come out and we could probably play okay basketball and probably still make it past East Central. Our girls came out incredibly focused. They knew that we needed to be playing our best basketball throughout this entire playoff stretch run, and they didn't hold back. All 36 minutes that they were in the game, whether it was our starters, whether it was our normal reserves, or whether it was our JV players who have come up to join us for our playoff run, they played their hearts out. They played incredibly tough defense the entire game, and they stayed locked in for all 36 minutes.
Looking at the next round, which was at Hinckley Finlayson High School, a pretty familiar place for this team, but you got to take on what is usually considered basically a powerhouse in Class A and BBE. Each and every year it seems like they're fighting to get to state, but that was a close game there for you between them. Wound up coming away with the 3-point victory. Take us through that game as well.
Yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, BBE is a stalwart program. They're there every single year. They're very well coached. They're very well disciplined. They've got great athletes. They play together very well as a team. And it was going to take a very concerted effort from our players to come out on top. We did a great job. We stuck with it. Things looked pretty bleak for a while. It took a pretty miraculous comeback there at the end. But I have to give credit to our kids of never giving up, continuing to fight, continuing to do things the right way. And ultimately, we were able to make the plays down the stretch when we needed to come out on top.
That led into having a rematch in the subsection championship against Ogilvie. For the third time this year you guys played them. How much did that win against BBE give you guys confidence going into that game against Ogilvie?
I believe that game inspired a ton of confidence in us. Between our regular players as well as a lot of our reserve players. We dealt with a lot of foul trouble against BBE. And, we were very reliant on a lot of our reserves and a lot of our bench players to step up and make plays. They're definitely kind of riding that high off of that BBE game. I can throw out Alex Rysdam in particular, comes out, hits the big shot against BBE to give us the lead with 15 seconds left. And then her confidence in the Ogilvie game, the second she gets into the game against Ogilvie, I think she goes off for 14 points in the first half, continuing to ride a high and play at a high level. Avery Schockman, Emily Davis, a lot of them as well who have been our reserve roles this year have really stepped up in the playoffs and provided us spark plugs off the bench, extra energy, and just more things that other teams are going to have to plan for.
What was the message to the team after beating BBE and then going into that game against Ogilvy? Again, 3 times playing a team during the year. Obviously, there aren't a lot of different things that you each are going to see from each other, but what was that message to the team for that subsection championship game?
With Ogilvy being such a familiar opponent, we know everything about them. They know everything about us. And so you're probably not going to come out with a lot of tricks or anything that they're not going to be prepared for. It's going to come down to who can play disciplined, who can play fundamental basketball, and who can take care of the ball, defend well. We did all of those things very, very well. We got off to a great start and never looked back.
Certainly, and you guys came away with a near 30-point victory, and now you take that into tonight's game against Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. What was the message, though, to the team after beating Ogilvy for the 5A East Championship?
This year, our goal is to make a state tournament, and I've seen that reflected in the attitudes and the behaviors of our players. I think back to 2 years ago when we won the subsection final, and that game was like we won the Super Bowl, and we cut the nets down, and everybody was ecstatic. And, then there was kind of a hangover a little bit of we didn't come out and we didn't play very well in the section final. It was almost like we didn't fully prepare to be there, or we didn't think about what would come next. This year, don't get me wrong, we were very, very happy. We celebrated, but at the same time, the girls know this next one, right, this is what we're really trying to go for. This is the one that is really going to get us to our goal and where we need to be. So they're remaining focused, they're staying locked in, and they're ready to go get another win tonight.
And I like that you mentioned the focus part of it, because I think for many teams, after winning a game like that, it can be hard to get back to that focus. But it sounds like this group, whether it be the seniors or the backups that you mentioned, it just sounds like through and through they are focused. Is that something that's coming from the senior leadership, from the coaches, or is it kind of something that is just throughout the program?
I think it's all of the things that you've mentioned. This is an experienced group of players. With our seniors, our seniors have been in this position before. 2 years ago, as we've advanced to a section final, they know what it takes to win. They know that this is their last shot and their last run, and they want to make the most of their opportunity. So they're not celebrating anything yet. They know that our toughest games are still ahead of us, and they help to keep everybody else kind of in line, keep that focus, keep that drive going.
And for you as a coach, what has it been like to watch those players who were a part of that team who sadly lost the section final to grow over the last couple of seasons to now to get themselves back to a section final?
It's amazing, Ethan. It's one of the greatest joys of coaching is being able to watch your players grow, watch your players improve, both physically and mentally. And yes, this team has come an incredibly long way. They've always been very, very good basketball players. But their growth mentally, their growth with leadership really stands out, and I believe will truly make a difference this year for us.
Of course, Walker-Hackensack-Akeley tonight, a team who you've already played and beat this year. But I guess I should ask, do you have to say anything to the team about, hey, forget the last time we played them, it's a whole new team? Or is there still a little talk about, hey, it's a brand new game, this is a much different team than the last time we played them?
A little bit of both. I believe that, absolutely, you get to a section final, and whoever you see is going to be playing, at the top of their game, really, really good basketball right now. I believe we can take some confidence from the fact that we were able to play them once this season and come out on top. It'd be a much different story of, if we're running into a team that beat us by 40 points earlier in the season, there's some of that lingering doubt. I believe it was a close enough game the first time around that our kids know this is a very good team. This is a team that is more than capable of knocking us off if we do not come out and play our best basketball. But at the same time, they should be able to be confident in their abilities and trust in their abilities to go out and execute and get a win.
How hard is it to ride that line of being confident but not being overconfident for the players? Because I'm sure, you mentioned you want to be confident, but how do you make sure they ride that line of confidence but not being too overconfident, especially in a game like this?
It's a great question. I don't know if I have a definitive answer for you with that. I think I'm just going to keep throwing it back to the fact that our girls are laser focused on their goal right now of advancing to a state tournament. I think that if anything, they had a possible reason to be overconfident going into an Ogilvie game. Obviously our last game against Ogilvie was not the game that everybody was hoping for, that it was hyped up to be, being as, injuries to Ogilvie players, unfortunately, definitely changed the outcome of that game. It would have been very easy for us to go in to say, well, hey, we beat them once this year when they were at full strength, and now they're not at full strength, so we've got this in the bag. But they came out ready to go. They're not holding anything back. They're not taking any chances. So.
And, Coach, that is all that I have for you here. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
I don't think so. Come on out, support the Bombers tonight in St. Cloud, and let's get a win and advance to a state tournament.
Hi, this is Sarah from Burnett Dairy Cooperative. Do you know about our propane customer referral program? It's simple and rewarding. Refer a qualified new Burnett Dairy propane customer and you'll receive a $100 credit to your account. Terms and conditions apply. Call 715-689-1032 for details and follow our Burnett Dairy General Store Facebook page. Share the warmth with Burnett Dairy, your trusted propane partner.
At Wellia Health, our goal is to help you live life well at every age and every stage. If you've been busy taking care of everything else but neglecting your own personal health, don't let another year go by without making yourself a priority. Get an annual checkup. Please schedule an appointment at Wellia Health today. Call us at 320-679-1313 or welliahealth.org.
FM 100.9 WCMP. Andy Beckstrom, Adam Hefty. On hand here in St. Cloud, campus of St. Cloud State University, Hollenbeck Hall. Beautiful facility to be able to broadcast a game. And Adam, what do you think about our digs? Is this going to work out for you?
This will work out just fine. No, I love this gym.
Passable
it's got that
field.
old feel to it. It's incredible. I love it.
Has the lower level bowl, which is mostly full. A lot of fans from both Walker-Hackensack-Akeley and, of course, Braham here for tonight's section 5A final round between these two squads to decide who goes to the state tournament next week down in the cities. Adam, I'll bring you in here during the pregame as we get set for tonight's matchup. Braham comes in 24-5. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley 23-6. One of those six, though, for Walker-Hackensack-Akeley came to the hands of the Bombers. These two teams played earlier this year in a very tight game.
Yeah, they did on January 12th. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley went over to Braham to face the Bombers. Bombers coming away with the 58-48 victory. The leading scorer for the Bombers was Madison Davis, who was saddled with foul trouble there for the majority of the game on Wednesday night against Ogilvie. And Walker-Hackensack-Akeley was led by Addison Kurtz and Avery Morrison and Aubrey Morrison. I'm guessing sisters. I would assume so. But that seems to be their leaders of the team. Those are the ones to look out for. But Madison's got to stay out of foul trouble here. They're going to need her because she was a focal point of the game back in January.
Foul trouble was something that we had a big issue with a couple of nights ago. However, Braham was able to overcome a lot of that because of just some remarkable depth that they showed that night, all the way up and down their lineup, probably about 9 deep, and confidence all abound.
It was. With Madison Davis out, they were able to get Alex Rysdam, Emily Davis into the fold. Nicole Duvernay had a big game. Everybody who touched the floor seemed to have a big game. Avery Schockman had a big game as well coming off the bench. So I think their biggest weapon might be that depth that Braham shows forth.
Madison Davis, Aaron Zimpel, Olivia Heikus, Morgan Schockman, and Nicole Duvernay, your starting five for the Braham Bombers. On the other side, Avery Morrison, Aubrey Morrison, Britta Rand, Ava Welk, and Addison Kurtz for WHA. WHA coached by Jim Leon, assisted by Pat Richter and Katie Benjamin. Braham Bombers led by Coach Zach Loy, assisted by Chris Grote and Becky Swanson. We're set out at center court for the Section 5A final. Tip-off between Ava Welk and Morgan Schockman, and it comes down for WHA. Walker-Hackensack-Akeley moves from left to right. 3 on the way is going to be taken by Rand. That's going to be back iron, no good. First rebound comes down to Nicole Duvernay, and Aaron Zimpel will get the offense started. Into the corner it goes. Baseline jumper up by Heikus. That's going to be off the mark from the near side. Rebound down on the far side for the Wolves. Wolves out in transition. Step back 3 for Aubrey Morrison. That's going to be front iron, no good. Rebound down for Welk, trying to work on that block, and she's going to get called for a travel. Everybody looking for maybe a foul, but the travel came on the little, not really a Euro step, kind of a runner type of hook shot.
Right. The student section wanted to travel. It was just a tad late, the call, but called nonetheless.
Zimpel top of the key, far side in the wing now for Duvernay. Goes backdoor looking for Davis. Flips a shot up, hits the back of the backboard, no good. Rebound down for Welk, and the Wolves will have it coming back the other direction.
Davis was a little deeper under the basket than she thought she was going to be.
Far side cut and baseline's going to be Reed. She puts it up off the window, and Britta Reed gets her first points of the night for the Wolves of Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. Far side now Davis, jab step, gets all the way underneath, tried to go across for Rysdam. Rysdam out for Zimpel for 3, that's no good. Rebound tapped around, and it'll be Addison Kurtz that comes away with it. That was tremendous fight there by Morgan Rysdam. 3 on the way on the far side, that's up and no good by Morrison. Rebound down for Duvernay.
WHA is doing a good job defensively here in the early going.
Shot is finally made by the Braham Bombers as Olivia Heikus knocks down a baseline jumper from the far side. Braham's going to set up a little 3-quarter court press.
Something to remember, the shooting vision is a little different with fans in right behind the basket.
Ball up top, set now for Kurtz. Far side on the wing for Aubrey Morrison. Aubrey shakes free with the screen. Jumper from just inside the 3-point line, no good. Aaron Zimpel with the rebound. Out on transition ahead for Rysdam. Rysdam gets a screen from Heikus. Steps back, looks for the roll, not there. Cross it goes for Duvernay. Surveys the defense. Now hands off far side on the wing for Zimpel. Out for Heikus. Near side on the wing for Davis. Davis looking for a spot to be able to zoom in. Nothing there. Baseline for Rysdam. Scoops that one up. Can't get it to go. Gets it back though. Out it comes and just out of the reach of Olivia Heikus. Did a good job fighting for that rebound and got it outside, but just a little bit too wide.
It was the right idea, but just a little wide. Seems like everybody's playing just a little faster than normal. It's going to take a little time to settle in.
I don't think that we've gotten to 20 on the shot clock yet so far. Ball tossed, knocked away by Duvernay. Schockman comes away with it eventually. Davis up ahead, off of the back of the head of Zimpel. Back for Davis. Davis spins, back for Zimpel in the corner. 3 on the way, no good off the iron. Rebound down for Rysdam, and Morgan Rysdam puts it up off the window and good.
Morgan Rysdam doing a really good job on the boards here in the early going.
Rysdam not the tallest, but she is going to fight for every single inch out there. Up top, Avery Morrison. Gets a screen, thought about a 3, wasn't there. That screen by Kurtz set up. Over to the near side now for Rand. Rand up top for Aubrey Morrison. Morrison off for Kurtz. Swings it over to the far side. Morrison, 3 on the way. Off the iron, no good. And the rebound, well tied up underneath. Her shot goes up off the bottom of the backboard. And a rebound down for Rysdam. Lobbed underneath. Heikus got herself free. Heikus running the court, and you always got to reward somebody for running the court.
Officials are really letting each team play defensively. It's been a physical matchup here in the early going.
Little double team showing up there by the Bombers as soon as they cross half court. Drop back into a man-to-man defense, or woman-to-woman, if you will. WHA almost threw it away. They're able to get it back. Up top now, Avery Morrison. Off for Kurtz. Kurtz spins on Duvernay. Hands off on the far side now for Rand. Rand drives inside. Ball knocked away. Gets it back.
Tough shot.
Somehow got that over the top of Olivia Hikas. I don't know how she got that one in the air.
Defying physics.
Got it to go, and it's a 6-4 lead for the Wolves. Duvernay inside. Lost it. Up top for Zimpel. Over to the far side on the wing for Rysdam. Up top for Duvernay. She'll fire away her three. Rims in and out. No good. Rebound down for Zippel. Knocked away from her. And I think it's going to be Walker-Hackensack-Akeley basketball. But again, the Bombers, they are crashing the offensive boards, trying to be able to get inside.
First sub comes in. Alex Rysdam off the bench. And McKenna Olschlager. Maybe one of my favorite names of the season.
Mine was last night, Ikenna Nwachuku.
Oh, nice.
Had a pretty good night off the bench for the Cathedral Crusaders. Foley winning that game last night. Currently, WHA leading over the top of the Braham Bombers.
Other way around.
Bombers leading over the top of WHA. It's a 2-point ball game, only 5 minutes in. Ball knocked away by Morgan Rysdam on the other side. Length of the court, basket and a foul. You see some fire from Morgan Rysdam on the bucket.
Morgan Rysdam having herself a really good game here in the early going.
Got kind of slapped in the head as she made that layup. Her mom comes running by. Free throw up and no good. Duvernay batting the ball to the far side, comes away with it. She's going to get tagged with a double dribble. She's trying to kind of dribble the ball, trying to hold on to it on that far side. But they do count that as a dribble because she did still dribble it.
So 13 minutes left to play here in this first half. Braham with an 8-4 lead. Both teams trying to find their rhythm here offensively. Not surprising in a big game like this.
Morrison spins at the timeline, gets all the way into the paint on the front court. Off for Rand, her three on the way. That's good.
Big shot, big ball handling by the Wolves.
1-point ball game, 8-7 Braham leads. Rysdam over for Rysdam. Her shot is up and no good. Rysdam with the offensive board. Knocked out of bounds, last touch by Britta Rand. Just good court vision there by Morgan Rysdam. She drove baseline and just seen that opening. Alex missed the shot, but Morgan right there to clean up her sister's miss.
Hikas just getting about a minute rest.
Inbound on the baseline. Quickly in for Alex Rysdam. Fouled as she goes up strong. Foul's going to be on number 4, Ava Welk. First foul for her, team's second foul. Braham, 0 fouls to this point. Alex Rysdam with the free throw. That's up and good. And I'm seeing a lot of the similarities tonight as we've seen the other night as the free throw's up and no good. Rebound comes down for Olschlager. But the confidence shown by the Bombers, nobody's really scared of the moment right now.
They aren't. It's just going a little too fast. I think if they just take a half beat.
Far side, Morrison may have been deflected a little bit, missed the three. Long rebound comes out. Alex Rysdam comes away with it, and she's tied up. She was able to get it away from the first defender and ran, but when she swung it over the top, she kind of put it right into the hands of Welk, who smartly just reaches out and ties her up.
So 9-7 is the Bomber lead. 12-13 left to play in the first half.
Inbounds comes for Davis, quickly up into the front court. Now Emily Davis on the court for the Bombers. Emily up top, Hikas, three on the way. Buries that one, high arcing three, and knocks it down.
Olivia Hikas gives the Bombers their first three of the night.
Back it'll come now for Avery Morrison. Up top working on Emily Davis. Olschlager now off over on the near side. Rand spins out that screen but lost her dribble. Inside Olschlager, double team came, tough shot up, missed everything. Davis with the rebound. Up ahead it comes for Morgan Rysdam, and I think she tapped it out of bounds. She thought that it went off a WHA. I don't have the right angle, but it kind of looked like she kind of needed, trying to be able to come down with it on a double team and kind of knocked it out of bounds off her own knee. Duvernay returns for the Bombers, replacing Madison Davis. Emily Davis, Morgan and Alex Rysdam, Nicole Duvernay, and Olivia Heikus to 5 for the Bombers. Avery and Aubrey Morrison exchange the ball back and forth. Olschlager and Kurtz with the double screen up high. Over to the far side, looking for the 3 was Avery Morrison. Little runner in the paint. That's up and good. As Morrison creates off the dribble. 11:05 to play, first half of action. Braham leads 12-9. Up top, Olivia Heikus. Over to the near side on the wing for Rysdam. Rysdam into the paint. Little floater is up and good. Got that screen and just drove right inside and waited for that right moment to be able to lob that up.
Morgan Rysdam already with 6 points here with 10:45 left to play in the first half.
Up top, Avery Morrison gets that screen. Hands up into the corner for Rand. Rand up top, Kurt. She's going to fire a high arcing 3. That's no good. Rebound knocked away. Picked up by Olschlager, goes to the basket, and it's up and good. Fighting for position with Heikus. Heikus probably would have been just as soon, maybe knocked that out of bounds, but was trying to come up with it, just couldn't come away. Alex Rysdam gets the screen, rolls it over for Heikus. Up top for Duvernay. Duvernay hands off far side on the wing now for Davis. Lobs it inside as Duvernay goes to the basket, and she's fouled. I like the fire by Duvernay. Always got some fire for her, and she's clapping right in front of that student section for Walker-Hackensack-Akeley.
So Duvernay at the line trying to extend the Bomber lead here with 10:09 left to play, 14-11. First trip to the line for Duvernay. Bombers are one for 3 at the line so far.
Free throw up and back iron, no good. Aaron Zimpel and Madison Davis check back into the game for the Bombers. On the other side, Ava Welk returns to replace Olschlager for the Wolves. Morrison, Rand, I think have played the entire way so far. There's just been a trio of a rotation on the other side. Rebound tapped around and ultimately ends up in the hands of Rand. Rand will bring it back now for the Wolves. Up top, Avery Morrison. Avery Morrison hands off for Aubrey Morrison. Watched there by Davis. Flips it high post now for Kurtz. Morrison on the far side. It's out about a 3, but Davis closed that gap quickly. Kurtz skip pass over to the near side. Avery able to shake free of the defender. Up top for Rand. 3 is no good. And the rebound comes down to Emily Davis with a good box out on Avery Morrison. Crossover by Davis. Up top for Duvernay. Duvernay watches. Far side now for Zimpel. Zimpel comes off a screen, drives to the basket, up off the window, and it's good. Gets that screen on that far side and went right to the basket.
Aaron Zimpel is one of those smart players that just seems to do the right thing at the right time.
Double team comes over to the near side, trying to be able to get Morrison. Ball able to get away for her sister. Now over to the far side for Rand. Cuts baseline. That's a jumper up and friendly roll as it hit the front iron, rolled around, and then is able to fall in. 16-13 the Braham lead. Baseline drive for Zimpel. Kicks it out. Davis for 3. Madison Davis knocks it down.
Madison Davis with a huge shot. Her first bucket of the night. Gives Braham their largest lead of the night.
Avery Morrison back with it. As Avery Schockman set to check in for the Bombers, and the Wolves are going to take their first timeout with Coach Jim Lynn. 19-13 is the lead for the Bombers with 8:46 to play in the first half. We'll be back here at SCSU on FM 100.9 WCMP.
A jewelry store. Nada.
Then it's a thrift store?
Nada. A pawn shop. Nada. Another Men's Treasure is not a lot of things. What it is a place to find gently used power tools, hand tools, tires, fishing and hunting gear, motocross gear, and a ton of other cool stuff. Stop by and sell your gently used items, or buy something at a fraction of the price of buying it new. Another Men's Treasure in Becker, Princeton, East Bethel, Rice Lake, Wisconsin, or North Branch. Or visit Another Man's Treasure on Facebook and see what came in today.
Kettle River Pizza, the handcrafted pizza made locally in Ask Cove, Minnesota. Always the highest quality ingredients. Pizza that is consistently great tasting. a true crowd pleaser. 16 varieties to choose from. Enjoy the classics like pepperoni, pepperoni sausage and supreme, to the unique tastes of hot Hawaiian, taco, buffalo chicken, and chicken Alfredo. Pick some up at your local grocer, tavern, or convenience store. Handcrafted Kettle River Pizza. Moms and basketball players approved.
FM 100.9 WCMP, Andy Beckstrom with Adam Hefty on the call of tonight's matchup, Section 5A Championship Girls Basketball. Braham Bombers and Walker-Hackensack-Akeley Wolves. Little jumper by Avery Morrison is up and good.
She's got the mid-range going.
Morrison with 4 points. Off to the far side now, Shockman. Ball fake, drives inside, scoop shot, can't get it to go. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to the Bombers. And I don't want to say nobody likes it. Nobody for the Wolves likes it, and Heikes was already walking up court. Inbounds comes for Duvernay. Jumper falling away. Davis on the far side.
That is a tough shot in the mid-range in traffic for Davis.
21-15. Davis now with 5 points on the night. Up top, Avery Morrison working on Zimpel on the far side. Screen, hands it off. Baseline drive there by Aubrey Morrison. Her shot is up and no good. And Duvernay tears that rebound down and makes sure that she has good control of it. Over to the near side, Shockman. Ball fake. Up top for Duvernay. May have gotten away with a travel right in front of the WHA coaching staff. Davis cut off on the drive. Up top for Heikes. Skip pass over to the near side now for Zimpel. Works up to the near side wing. High post for Heikes. Gets it off now over to the far side. Shockman on the wing. Gets a screen for Duvernay. Duvernay takes 2 players with her on the roll. Shot is up, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Thrown right back in for Davis. Can't get it to go. Duvernay knocks it over for Davis. Davis, I think, was going to try to move back out to reset the offense. But that's one of those where if you have the ball underneath like that, just let it go out of bounds and let them have the inbounds. You throw that back in, you're giving a chance for an easy lay-in inside. Madison Davis just missed it.
Yeah, not only that, but your defense is off kilter at that time.
In it comes Shockman, able to get that one away up top. Now for Davis, little runner off the window. That's no good. Davis gets her own rebound, and Braham maintains possession again. Cross for Heikes. 7:12 to play first half. Zimpel slowing things up. Now up top for Davis. Duvernay out for Zimpel for 3. No good. Davis came flying in, knocked the ball away. Zimpel had it for a second, but lost it out for Avery Morrison. Bombers almost had a 5th possession.
Right.
Ahead it comes. Rand gets way too far underneath. And it is going to be a foul. I thought she just ran herself out of bounds, but there is going to be a foul underneath.
It's going to be on Heikes. That's just the first foul for the Bombers.
I was going to say we went a couple of minutes now without a Rysdam on the court, so we got to get one out there. If we had no Rysdam and no
quota,
Davis.
Yeah, the Rysdam quota was lacking.
Back is Morgan Rysdam for the Bombers. Nice screen and roll.
Nice play design.
On the inbounds, got Welk for an easy lay-in on the backside. Cuts it now to 4, 21-17. Duvernay running the court, can't get it to go. Rebound, though, knocked out by Rysdam. Shockman to the free throw line. Kicks it over to the far side. Zimpel tracks it down. Up it goes for Davis. Thought maybe she was fouled. Skipped over to the far side into the corner. Now for Zimpel. Zimpel, high post. Out for Duvernay. 3 on the way. Back iron, no good. To the corner. And another rebound as Morgan Rysdam goes careening into the bench. And I think we do got a foul call. Rysdam popped up thinking, are you kidding? There's no foul on that? There is a foul that is called. I think it's going to be on Rand. For Rand, her first.
So reset shot clock.
Rand will come out, Oschlager in.
6:21 left to play in the first half. Ram with a 21-17 lead.
Rysdam to pull the trigger underneath the basket. Lobs it in, but it may have been deflected. It goes right into the hands of Avery Morrison. Aubrey Morrison will bring it up. Gets a screen, goes the other direction. Now comes back for that screen against Kurtz. Steps back the other direction and fires away a 3. In and out, no good. Rebound for Welk. And her putback is a foul. Missed the shot, but gets the foul. She'll go to the line for a pair.
It's going to be on Avery Shockman, her first, team second.
That was great work on that possession there by Aubrey Morrison, just utilizing that screen. Went one way, went the other direction, went back again, and then finally used it for the 4th time and hit it. Free throws up and good.
Just the first free throws by the Wolves.
Second free throw. Up and side of the iron, no good. And Morgan Davis
Pack
will
of
come
Bombers
down.
with that rebound.
Ahead for Schockman, near side on the wing. Up top, Duvernay. Duvernay surveying. Now off for Schockman. That's going to be Rysdam. Rysdam, high arcing three, no good. Long rebound comes out for Zimpel. Tried to go right to the basket, gets it off for Duvernay. Madison Davis kicks out for Rysdam. Rysdam to the high post, and we're going to get a foul called inside.
If that's on Olschlager, that's her second.
It is going to be on Olschlager, her second, team's sixth. And the next foul for the Wolves will put Braham at the free throw line. Braham with just 2 fouls, so I guess you could say no foul trouble to speak of for the Braham Bombers. 1 foul by Schockman, and I don't know who has the other one.
Duvernay, or Heikes.
Heikes has the other one, so Heikes on the bench with foul trouble. Davis, no looks it into Duvernay, taps it across.
Somehow Aaron
Zimpel, Johnny on the spot. It was not intended to be tapped to her. I think Duvernay was just trying to keep it away from the Wolves.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Double team comes. Get it across for Avery Morrison. Lobs inside. Knocked away by Rysdam. And she comes away with the ball. Ahead for Zimpel, and Braham will look to run.
That wasn't a smart play there by the Wolves.
Handoff for Schockman near side. Schockman steps up. Now up top for Madison Davis. Davis over to the near side. Schockman to the high post. Out for Duvernay. Wide open for 3. 1 bounce. No good. Rebound though for Zimpel. Kicks it out. Trying to get that one for Duvernay. Davis saved it and goes crashing into the fans. Went flying into, I believe,
the Duvernay family.
Eric Jones and the Duvernay family helping her up, making sure she doesn't go crash into the grounds. Seen that happen the other night in Hinckley. Someone went sliding into the stands. Over to the far side, Aubrey Morrison. Up top, Avery Morrison. Near side for Olschlager. Olschlager really looking to get that one deep in for Welk. Goes inside for Kurtz on the far block. I don't know if Duvernay got a piece of it, but she definitely affected the shot. Comes down for Rysdam. Morgan sets up on the far wing. Up top, Duvernay. Off for Madison Davis. Looking for the screen and roll. Goes the other direction. Trying to get to the basket. Draws the foul anyway on Avery Morrison. That'll be the team's 7th. And Davis will go to the free throw line now for a 1-on-1 with 4:28 to go and a 23-18 lead.
Madison Davis, her first trip to the line so far tonight. She has 5 on the night.
Free throw is going to be a lane violation. And I believe that they call that even on Davis. So they call it no good, and she missed it anyway. Back it'll come Avery Morrison, or Aubrey Morrison rather. Had it taken away from her for a second, able to get it back. Braham likes to try to get that first initial double team right away, but then they sink back into a normal defense.
They like to get your heart sped up a little bit to start the possession.
Skip pass far side now on the wing for Aubrey Morrison. Looking for the screen. Goes the other direction. And she hits the deck hard. I think she gets smacked by Duvernay.
That's going to be on Davis.
Braham student section all turns and faces the other direction. Aubrey Morrison with the free throw. Good as it rattled in, out, and back in.
Soft rims here in St. Cloud.
Yeah, Granite City not known for their rims. Second free throw up and good. 23-20 with 4 minutes to play, first half from SCSU. High post now for Duvernay. Duvernay fakes a hand up one direction, keeps it herself, kicks it out to the corner for Davis. Davis between the legs, now to the high post. Spins away to the low block. Blocked by Kurtz, a little bit of body, but they play on. As we talked about, officials letting them go.
Good defensive possession by Kurtz.
Far side, Avery Morrison looking for that screen. Comes across the top of it. Little runner in the paint, that's no good. Rebound comes down to Madison Davis. Braham running the other direction. Rysdam open on the backside. Davis with her shot, no good, and we're going to get a foul underneath. I believe on Alex Rysdam. Nope,
oh, no,
it's
that's
going to be
Madison Davis. That'll be her second.
So Heikes will come in, replacing Davis. Braham leads it 23-20, 3:17 to play. WHA with the basketball. Moving from left to right in their road white uniforms, blue numerals and trim. Braham in their home blue uniforms with gold numerals and trim. High post it goes now for Schultz. Backs off to the top of the key and hands off Aubrey Morrison. Trying to go backdoor on the double teamed Welk. Able to get that one, a crossover for Rand. Now lob back in for Welk again, and Duvernay. I think Duvernay, if she wouldn't have jumped, I think she was fine, but she jumped and kind of half landed on her shoulder a little bit. But when she came down, she stripped the ball right out of her hands, but she had already kind of landed on the shoulder and committed the foul.
Yep, 5 team fouls on the Bombers, getting close to that bonus.
First foul on Duvernay. WHA lobbed in for Kurtz, high post. Out it'll go, far side, Morrison to Morrison. Inside, Kurtz says he got it.
Nice find, nice find.
Really nice ball rotation. Lay in by Welk, and a timeout for the Bombers. Leading by 1, but WHA on the comeback. They have the momentum with 2:42 to go. 1 point lead for the Bombers. We'll be back to SCSU on FM 100.9 WCMP.
More customers, more name recognition, more employees, more market share. If you'd like a little more for your business, it's time to start digital advertising. Did you know that the average person spends 4.5 hours per day on their smartphone? It's time for you to start reaching them. Streaming TV, SEO or SEM, display ads, and email marketing. If your business could use a little more, contact us now and we can help. info@q-mediagroup.com.
And here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch. The premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for both baseball and fast-pitch softball. If your batter needs some individual instruction, Here's the Pitch has lessons with current and former collegiate instructors. Make the right call today. They've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. here'sthepitchmn.com.
FM 100.9 WCMP. Andy Backstrom, Adam Hefty back here at the floor of Hollenbeck Hall on campus of SCSU. Bombers have it out of the timeout, leading by 1, 23-22. Alex Rysdam trying to go inside, and I think we're going to get Duvernay with a moving screen, and the offensive foul commits the turnover for the Bombers.
That's going to be her second, and Jenna Beck will get her first action of the night.
I think this is maybe kind of just trying to conserve fouls with 2:28 to go. Make sure we don't get ourselves into any foul trouble, working before halftime. Avery Morrison brings that one across the timeline. Off for Aubrey Morrison. Aubrey up top now at the logo. Working on Alex Rysdam. Over to the near side now for Kurtz. Kurtz on the wing. Watch there by Beck. Good defense by Beck. Getting her hands all over the place. Now Avery Morrison, simple, able to get around the screen. Hands off for Aubrey. Aubrey Morrison backs off top of the key, cuts the other direction into the paint, and a layup just able to get it past the outreached arms of Beck. Up ahead it comes now into the hands of Heikes. Out now for Rysdam. Rysdam running point. Near side for Zimpel. Zimpel looking for the screen from Beck. Drives into the paint. Little runner in the paint up off the window. No good, and the rebound comes down for Kurtz. And WHA looking to extend their lead. Aubrey with the scoop shot. That's up and no good. Rebound comes down for Beck. And Braham bringing it back. Alex Rysdam, far side. Thought about it. Cut off. Up top for Beck. Hands off once again for Rysdam. To the high post. Flips back for Beck. Does a great job rolling. Can't get it to go though. Gets it back and able to kick it out. Morgan Rysdam. Up top. Olivia Heikes. 3 no good. Rebound ends up in the hands of Britta Rand.
Bombers got the shots they wanted. They just didn't fall.
Right now it's just been some shooting woes that's really kind of held back the Bombers. They don't have a ton of turnovers, just haven't been able to knock down some of the shots. 3 on the way, no good at the other end. by Avery Morrison. The rebound comes down.
Less than a minute left to play in the first half.
Into the corner goes Alex Rysdam. Alex looking for that screen. Step back. She'll fire away a three. Back iron, no good. Off the top of the backboard. And it comes down for Welk for the rebound. And about a 2-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. So the Wolves will slow things down and try to waste the bulk of the period. Morrison backs it up on the far side. Very high screen by Kurtz. Over to the near side now, Avery Morrison. 18 left. Inside it goes. Welk up off the window. And it's good. Lob pass on the backdoor feed for Welk, who just has the height advantage. 7 seconds. Out it goes. Morgan Rysdam with the answer. Knocks that one down, and we're tied at 26. Half-court heave at the buzzer. Just off the side of the rim from Rand. And what a finish to the first half. 26-26 between the Bombers and the Wolves as we work our way to the halftime break. We'll come back. We'll recap the first half of action when we return to the floor of SESU on FM 100.9 WCMP.
Aw, man. Hinckley Collision.
Hell no. My new car?
Hinckley Collision is the right decision. Fender benders, major accident damage, or hail damage. Hinckley Collision is the right decision. With 24/7 towing and fast, friendly, professional service, their collision department will get you back on the road in no time. With decades of experience dealing with insurance carriers, make the call today. 320-384-7002. 320-384-7002.
Promoting good health in children is the best way to ensure they'll enjoy good health as adults. Don't skip out on your children's wellness appointments. Call Wellia Health today at 320-679-1313 to set up a Well Child visit. Our friendly family medicine providers love to support young families by helping your children stay healthy, active, and feeling their very best. WelliaHealth.org.
Exhale slowly, letting any tension leave your body. Breathe in deeply as you stretch every fiber of your soul.
This woman's gonna kill me. I know, and she's so boring.
Now, lift your back.
I'd rather have the WCMP deals guy leading this class. Oh, yeah.
This week, snag a 30-minute massage at Pine City Family Chiropractic for only $45. Breathe.
WCMPradio.com/deals. Slowly now. WCMPradio.com/deals. Now, breathe.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit KettleRiverPizza.com to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today.
When aches and pains are interfering with your daily life, Wellia Health wants to help. The sports medicine team at Wellia Health is here to help you get back to the things you love. Wellia Health has a highly skilled sports medicine team with a wide range of experiences. They are also experts in concussion management, a concern for young athletes and adults alike. No matter the injury, get back in the game with an appointment at Wellia Health. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through your MyChart account. WelliaHealth.org.
Hinckley Towing.
Hi, I'm on the side of the highway with a flat. Can you help me?
On the way.
Hinckley Towing?
Yep. How can we help?
We just had an accident and don't know where to bring the vehicle.
No sweat. We'll come out now and bring you back to our collision center.
Hinckley Towing. Experienced drivers, state-of-the-art trucks, and 24/7 service. For Hinckley Towing, call 320-385-4049 anytime. Hinckley Towing. 320-385-4049 anytime.
And here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch. The premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for both baseball and fast-pitch softball. $35 gets you cage time with your own pitcher. $40 gets you cage time using one of their top-tier pitching machines. Screens, plates, helmets, they've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. Here'sthepitchmn.com.
FM 100.9 WCMP. Andy Beckstrom and Hefty here at SCSU Hollenbeck Hall. A beautiful place to be able to broadcast the game. Glad you could join us out on the broadcast, and by judging by the people that are here, I don't know that there's a lot of people from Braham that aren't here already. But at the same time, wherever you are, if you are back in Braham or maybe an alumni checking in, we appreciate you joining us out here on the broadcast.
Last one to leave, turn out the lights.
You want to talk about a close game. It's about as close as things could get. 26-26 at halftime in a ball game that Braham, I don't want to say that they really dominated the first half, because I don't think they dominated it, but they played very well for the bulk of the first half. But I think that WHA really closed the half really well.
Right. I think the first part of the half, Braham really outplayed them, but they weren't able to really take advantage of that and kind of push the lead further. They got a couple nice shots, but a couple shots that they took just didn't fall that probably should have. And WHA did a good job of taking advantage of their opportunities and getting their shots to go. And here we are, all knotted up at 26 apiece.
I'm not keeping necessarily the statistical wrap-up for turnovers, but I don't think that turnovers really for either team has been a huge factor at all.
No, both teams are playing clean games. Even the fouls, both teams, Braham didn't get to the bonus at all, and Walker-Hackensack-Akeley barely got there.
Yeah, I think they had 7 fouls, and Braham maybe had 5 in the first half. So it was close, but really no foul trouble to speak of, which is a good thing going into the second half. You're going to have the full complement of players, and we're going to be able to get really the primo situation out on the court. When we talk a little bit about fouls and foul trouble, though, we also have to mention that it seemed like the officials are kind of letting up play. I'm not making a judgment at all. I kind of like it. It's been consistent.
It has, and that's what you have to. That's what you want for an official. Just have it be consistent throughout the game, and so far it has been. Both teams have been allowed to play defensively a little bit with their hands, and you know what? I haven't seen much of the Wolves basketball team, but I have seen a lot of the Bomber basketball team, and that benefits Braham quite a bit as they're physical defensively.
They are not afraid to kind of throw things around a little bit and bump and grind, if you will, to be able to get points or be able to get position on defense. So I think that it may be a physical game might benefit the Bombers long term through the second half, but we'll have to see. I really like the screen and roll game to a certain extent, or screen and pop game that Walker-Hackensack-Akeley ran in the first half, utilizing Kurtz to be able to just kind of hold things out at that three-point line.
Well, Kurtz was the leading scorer back in January with 15 points. She has yet to score tonight, but she's doing a lot of other things, notably on the pick and rolls and also on the boards as well.
Tied at 26 between the Bombers and the Wolves here at halftime. Adam, if you're Coach Loy, we'll go ahead and put that coach's hat on you. I know you're wearing a different hat, but we're going to take that off and we're going to put the coach's hat on you. And what are you kind of thinking that maybe the Bombers talked about during the halftime break, or what do you think they're looking to accomplish in the second half?
Just be who you are. You could win this game if you just play how you've been playing. Just take a breath, let it all sink in. Just take a breath and play your game, because eventually shots will fall. You have to trust in what you're doing.
Should be an interesting second half. We'll have that for you when we return to the campus of SCSU at Hollenbeck Hall on FM 100.9 WCMP.
Arrowhead Transit plays a pivotal role in bolstering the communities it serves. By providing accessible and reliable transportation, they ensure essential travel for work, education, and healthcare. Arrowhead Transit is customer-centric, continuously evolving to meet the needs of the community with initiatives like community outreach programs, job fairs, and educational workshops, and more. Arrowhead Transit is more than just a transportation service. It is a vital part of the communities it supports. Your connection, your community. Arrowhead Transit. Your ride.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance today at townandcountry-ins.com or stop in our offices in Finlayson, Hinckley, and Mora.
Hey
Hey, girl. Good to see you. You look great. What are you doing?
Oh, thanks. Been watching what I eat, like eating fresh.
Sounds awesome, but how do you do that living around here?
Chris's Food Center in Sandstone.
Chris's Food Center in Sandstone?
Yep, Chris's Food Center has top quality produce and meats, which helps me to buy fresh ingredients for me and my family.
Find Chris's Food Center online to view their weekly ads at chrisfoodcenter.com. Eat better, buy more, and spend less at Chris's Food Center in Sandstone. Open 7 days a week.
Aurelius Manufacturing has been providing innovative solutions to customers since 1926. Specializing in the production of custom welded hydraulic cylinders for over 40 years, our focus is on providing value to customers through innovative problem solving, quality workmanship, and customer service. Our team works with your team to develop designs that provide the most value for your application. We leverage technology and craftsmanship, turning designs into finished products quickly and accurately. Aurelius Manufacturing is a proud sponsor of the Braham Bombers.
FM 100.9 WCMP. Andy Beckstrom on hand alongside Mr. Adam Hefty. Glad you could join us for the ball game today. We are at SCSU Hollenbeck Hall, the site of today's matchup for the Section 5A championship. And Adam, can you believe that we're already to, not the end of the season, but we're like already to section championship?
Right.
Time.
I mean, it's crazy to me. I mean, with the non-winter we had.
Other games going on in our local area, Chisago Lakes and North Branch. Chisago Lakes up in the second half, 41-35. Ethan Game Day Gilman on the call. That one, if you're looking to find out what game we're going to be doing, we also got a bunch of games going on tomorrow across the state. Go to WCMPradio.com/broadcast schedule to find out more. First possession for WHA starts with a turnover, thrown inside, taken away by the Bombers. Bombers now moving from left to right towards, well, I guess both sides of the entrance end of the arena here at SCSU. Up top, Davis. Spin and roll. Gets it to Duvernay right to the basket, and there was nobody there on help side. Nicole Duvernay with the easy lay-in.
Braham no stranger to the screen and roll game either.
Double team comes over on the near side now for Aubrey Morrison. Able to get that one away for Avery Morrison up top. Gets to the free throw line. Lobs back door for Welk. Pushed out by Rysdale, but goes with the left hand, little mini hook the other direction. Quickly up ahead it comes now for Zimpel. Lays off now for Hikas. Davis over to the near side for Rysdam. Rysdam gets that screen, got to the free throw line, kicks it back out. Hikas from a deep three, and Olivia Hikas from way downtown. You talked about Braham being Braham and knocking shots down. They will start to fall. They are now starting to fall.
Yeah, Hikas hitting that from way outside.
And a turnover by WHA goes back to Braham.
And Hikas left that follow through up for a little bit.
Back it'll come now for the Bombers. Zimpel extended from the wing on the far side. High post now, or high point rather, for Hikas. Over to the near side on the wing for Davis. Up top for Duvernay. Off for Rysdam on the far side. Ball fake, drives towards the basket. Tried to skip it across for Zimpel. Out it comes Davis. Open for three. Back iron, no good. Rebound comes down into the hands of Rysdam. Out for Duvernay. Ball fake, but she moved her foot. And she gets called for the travel on the far side wing.
Feet moving a little faster than her hands.
Seen that a lot of times. You get that ball fake, and you got to keep that foot. You can't just drop it to get that extra push. 31-28, Bombers lead it here in the second half. Over to the near side now for Avery Morrison. Morrison looking inside for Kurtz, but it's not there. Swinging around the perimeter for Aubrey Morrison, far side in the wing. They really want to try to enter that one in for Kurtz. Up top it goes Rand for three, and she knocks that one down. Rand has been tremendous for WHA. She's got 12.
Largest lead for either team has been 5 by Braham.
Up top for Hikas. Over to the near side on the wing. Davis, she'll fire away a three to tie it up, and it's good. Correction to
answers.
Give that lead back. 34-31. Aubrey Morrison sets the offense. Off for Avery Morrison. Gets a screen, goes to the high post. Off it goes for Kurtz. Her shot is good, but a foul underneath before that, and it's going to be a foul on Rand. And that's actually kind of big. Never mind, I thought that she had a couple of fouls already.
No, that's just her second.
First foul.
Oh, first?
Oh, now they do got the second. They put it as one up there first, but So she does have 2 fouls now. Over to the near side now for Duvernay. Duvernay off for Morgan Davis, or Madison Davis rather. Up top for Hikas. Off for Morgan Rysdam. That's the one I meant. Inside it goes. Nice screen and roll, and Hikas to the rim. Up off the window. It's good. And you see the fire from the Braham bench.
Matching their largest lead of the night. Hikas has 12.
Morrison over to the near side. Watched by Zimpel. Tremendous on the ball defense there by Zimpel as she runs into Davis. Davis spins away, and we're going to get a foul. A foul on Kurtz. And we've seen that a lot of times where Davis comes off a screen and kind of goes spinning off of the screen. I don't know that Kurtz moved at all, but the way that Davis came off it looked like it'd be a foul.
Right. A little bit of acting involved there.
Madison spins that one out. What a ball movement. Duvernay across the paint for the lay-in by Aaron Zimpel. Beautifully done. And a timeout called by Coach Jim Leon and the Wolves of Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. Braham leads it by 7 with 14:21 to go in the second half. We'll be back to SCSU on FM 100.9 WCMP.
AOML. BRB. B4N. Period 02. BF. 143. AAK. 1 AM. Apostrophe S apostrophe.
These are 2 teenage girls texting each other, and we have no idea what they're saying either. Maybe the WCMP deals guy can translate.
This week, grab your tickets to the new Wrangler Stampede Rodeo. 3 options to choose from. BEG. Big Evil Grin.
No, I don't think that's what they were saying at all. But find these and other great deals at WCMPradio.com/deals. WCMPradio.com/deals. OMG. TTYL. Money sign, heart emoji. WCMP Sports presents high school basketball. Now back to more playoff action.
Andy Beckstrom, Adam Hefty here in St. Cloud at SCSU Hollenbeck Hall. Second half of play, 14-21. Braham has pushed their lead out to 7 now.
This is a big moment for the Wolves.
Out of the timeout, Kurtz with the basketball. Off to the wing on the near side, Morrison spins off of that, goes the other direction, and goes back again the other direction. Rand open for 3. That's up and good. And Britta Rand, you talked about a big possession. That's a big shot over the top of the screen.
They needed that badly.
Madison Davis gets a screen from Hikas, off for Duvernay. Far side now for Rysdam. Rysdam steps up, loses it off for Duvernay. Over to the near side. Zimpel for 3. No good. It came off the front side of the rim. Back it'll come now, Aubrey Morrison. Quick step on the far side. She leaned one direction and drove hard the other direction. Gets the lay-in and draws the foul.
Aubrey Morrison with 6. Foul's going to be on Madison Davis, her 3rd.
Alex Rysdam quickly up off the bench will replace Davis.
It's not really terrible because I think it'd be a good thing for her to sit for a little bit, get her ready for the home stretch. Free throw is good by Morrison.
Little communication. I think everybody thought she had 3, which is why they quickly subbed in for her. But like you said, I think it's probably a good decision to get her rest anyway. Ball thrown away, went out the hands of Morgan Davis. Morgan Rysdam. I think she was trying to look for the shot before she really caught it.
She was a little too open, it looked like.
Officials now clarifying who the foul was on. They put it on Avery Schockman, but it was on Davis, so they're trying to get that corrected there for the Bombers. Want to make sure they got the right amount of fouls on the right amount of people. Ball up top. Morrison thought about a 3, passes up for Aubrey Morrison. Aubrey back for Avery. Avery Morrison on the near side. High post it goes, Rand, little stop jumper, that's up and good.
And just like that.
And the Wolves take a lead.
8-0 run by the Wolves.
You talked about out of the timeout, wanting to have a good possession. They've now had a good 4 possessions. Spinning away, Rysdam drives to the basket. Layup is good. And Braham retakes the lead 40-39.
Back and forth we go.
Morrison. That's Avery on the far side. Leaned off on Zimpel. Now Aubrey over to the near side for Rand. Rand drives baseline. Cut off for Avery. Wide open for three. And she knocks that one down.
And it looks like Walker-Hackensack-Akeley has found their groove. Layup no good, but a foul is going to be called on Aubrey Morrison. That's going to be her third.
Really nice give and go as Alex Rysdam flipped it off for Hikas in the corner, but then just kept running. You got to keep running. You don't just end the play. And she did that. Got all the way to the basket. Got the ball inside. Didn't get the lay-in, and then she misses the first free throw, but she did draw the foul. Emily Davis now checks into the ball game for the Bombers. Rysdam with the second, up and good. 12-17 to play, 1 point game. Wolves lead at 42-41. Lobbed ahead, far side now for Rand. Rand lobbing inside. Rysdam took it away. Rysdam up ahead, it comes too far for Zimpel. Tried to throw it back in, but threw it right for Morrison. Ahead for Aubrey Morrison. She's going to stop, look at a three, and then dances right past Duvernay. Left-handed layup is good.
The lead is up to 3.
Braham led for the bulk of the ball game. High post it goes. Off it goes now for Duvernay, and Duvernay makes contact with Kurtz, and Kurtz goes to the ground, and it's going to be an offensive foul on Duvernay. And the WHA Fandemonium is fired up.
It'll be the third foul on Duvernay.
.44-41 is the lead for the Wolves. Ball to the far side. Avery Morrison thought about a three, off for Kurtz. Looking inside for Welk, but couldn't get it there. Up top, Rand thought about it, but Davis closed that gap quickly. Avery Morrison. Double team comes, now drifts back. Flip pass over far side for Kurtz. Trying to go lob pass, traveled with it. I seen her shuffle her feet, but she got rid of the ball so quickly, I wasn't sure they were going to catch it. But they did catch it. The 3 officials on top of it here at SCSU.
Jenna Beck and Madison Davis back in for the Bombers.
Madison Davis does have 3 fouls. Ahead it comes in. Rysdam right to the basket. Can't get it to go though. Jenna Beck takes it away. Actually just tied it up. She almost took it away. But the rebound came down for the weak side, Ava Welk.
Possession arrow belongs to the Bombers.
Inbounds for Rysdam. In it comes Davis. Dribbles to the high post. Out it comes Rysdam. 3 on the way. Morgan Rysdam with the 3.
We are knotted up at 44 apiece.
10:54 to go here in the second half. Aubrey Morrison getting the instructions yelled out by Coach Jim Leon. Sets the offense off for Welk. Skip pass over to the near side for Aubrey Morrison. Aubrey cuts baseline. Steps up. Welk came up on her. Get the floater up over the top of Welk. And good. Inside for Welk. Out for Rysdam. Davis for Morgan Rysdam. Far side on the wing. Morgan Rysdam. Top of the key now for Beck. Beck. Off for Davis. 3 on the way. That's going to be too high and no good. Rebound down for Alex Rysdam, and it just rolls off. It rolled around the majority of the rim, but just could not fall.
That's on Aubrey Morrison. That's her 4th. And she went up quickly with that after the rebound.
That's a big-time foul there. As Olschlager will replace Morrison, but Morrison really the primary ball handler for this Wolves squad. Avery Morrison does a lot of it, but Aubrey really the primary point guard. Second free throw up and good.
1 point game for a chance at the state tournament.
Morrison will bring it back. This is Avery Morrison as Aubrey's on the bench with 4 fouls. Olschlager up top, got it for Welk. Over to the far side, into the hands of Morrison. Lobbed inside. He's trying to spin in there, off for Welk. Welk, hands off up top for Olschlager. Morrison comes through over to the near side. Rand, ball fake, dribbled baseline, cut off there. Out it'll go, 3 on the way, that's no good. Rebound down for Welk, spins in the paint, can't get it to go.
Had the opportunity, but it just didn't fall.
Ahead for Madison Davis. Throws it up ahead as Jenna Beck was running the court and gets the lay-in.
And the Bombers retake the lead, 47-46.
Morrison back with it. Far side for Olschlager. Lobs inside for Welk. Double team comes to help. Beck thought that she got the ball, but Welk got it on the arm. And she'll go to the free throw line.
Foul's going to be called on Jenna Beck, her first.
Beck did a great job. I really like the help side drift as they've had Morgan Rysdam fronting the post on that one. So with that lob pass, she tried to come across and be able to knock that one down before she was able to get the ball up in the air. Just happened to get her on the arm instead.
47 all.
Duvernay, Zimpel, and Heikes return for the Bombers, joining Rysdam. And Madison Davis. Back it'll come now. Madison Davis up top for Duvernay. Duvernay off for Morgan Rysdam, far side on the wing. To the high post, cut off there. Olivia Heikes top of the key, near side into the hands of Zimpel. Zimpel tries to go inside, and she's tied up. Got it for Heikes, but the ball was a little bit behind her, and that allowed Morrison to be able to reach over the top and get a piece of that one. Tied it up. It's going to be a turnover on the jump ball.
A rare mistake by Aaron Zimpel.
Under 9 to play here in the second half of action. All tied up at 47 between the Braham Bombers and the Walker-Hackensack-Akeley Wolves. Ball to the far side now for Rand. Trying to lob that one in. Knocked away by Morgan Rysdam. It'll belong to the Wolves, but I have really liked this matchup between Ava Welk and Morgan Rysdam. Rysdam gives up probably about 5-6 inches, but she's been able to front the post and play physical and fundamental against her inside. Now she's matched up on the other side with Kurtz. Up top, it's going to be Morrison. Kurtz is frustrated. You can see it on her face, just a frustration. Lob pass over to the near side. Olschlager cuts baseline. Partially knocked away by Zimpel, and the shot goes over the top of the backboard and into the hands of Duvernay. Rysdam up top for Heikes. Heikes over to the near side into the hands of Zimpel. Ball fake goes the other direction. Gable to get that shot away. Can't get it to go. Gets her own rebound. Kicks it back out. Duvernay for 3. No good. As Welk comes down with the ball. It was poked away by Zimpel for a second. But Walker-Hackensack-Akeley able to hold on to the basketball. Duvernay, normally a very smooth stroke, just has not been able to find the measure tonight. And now at 20, called by Coach Jim Leon and the WHA Wolves. 7:45 to go here, second half. 47 all. We'll be back to St. Cloud on FM 100.9 WCMP.
Jeff's Auto and Tires in Ogilvie will never make up diagnostics to make an extra buck. Jeff's Auto and Tires will do the service that you actually need. Jeff's Auto and Tires is an honest, dependable service center that's reliable and affordable when it comes to oil changes, batteries, tires, and so much more. Let Jeff's Auto and Tires in Ogilvie provide you with a higher standard of care for your vehicle. Call Jeff today for your next car service or tire problems at 320-980-1122.
FM 100.9 WCMP. Andy Beckstrom, Adam Hefty back here at Hollenbeck Hall, campus of St. Cloud State University. Section 5A Girls Championship.
It's about as close as you can get.
Ball to the far side now for Ava Welk. Welk, kind of low contact there with Rysdam, but we play on. Over to the near side, Morrison drives inside to the low block. Locked away by Rysdam, diving after it. Davis almost came away with it, shot up, no good, knocked out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Wolves. Went out of the hands of Duvernay. Now the officials are going to talk about it. I thought that it was.
So they're going to put one more second on the shot clock.
1 second on the shot clock, so WHA has to basically get rid of it right away. Inbounds comes, and a shot by.
A shot clock violation forced by the Bomber defense.
Shot by Rand on the far side, came up short. It hit some net, but you got to hit the rim. So shot clock violation and essentially a turnover. Gives it back to the Bombers. Up top, Hikus. Over to the near side on the wing for Davis. Davis drives baseline, but she's fouled by Morrison.
Avery Morrison getting her with the body, just her second, but the team's fifth.
Again, really no foul trouble to speak of outside of, I guess, Madison Davis, but now with 7-10, I don't know that you're worried about 3 fouls as the lob for Duvernay is knocked out of bounds, last touch by WHA. But really, Aubrey Morrison, that's the one that's the key. To this point, Braham has not been able to take advantage of that. In it comes, and Duvernay went up for the shot, and Welk is going to get called for the foul. She said she had her hands straight up, but she kind of had a little body push to it. So that's where the foul is going to come, and Duvernay is going to go to the line for a big pair of free throws with a little bit more than 7 minutes left to go. Free throw number 1 is up and good. Quick check of another score in our local area. Chisago Lakes over the top of North Branch, 55-45, that late in the second half. Second free throw up and no good, and Welk clears the rebound. 1-point ball game.
Braham has not done the work on the free throw line here tonight.
Rand has been hot from downtown, can't get it to go. Offensive board on the backside, no good by Olschlager. A second attempt and she's fouled.
It's going to be on Morgan Rysdam, her first, team's fourth. Olschlager, her first trip to the line tonight.
Free throw, back iron, no good. Second free throw set now for Olschlager. Got it to go, and we're tied.
Why not?
Madison Davis to bring it back for the Bombers. Off for Zimpel, near side on the wing. Zimpel looking for the screen from Hikus. Dribbles into the paint, right to the basket. Can't get it to go. Got all the way there, but just couldn't quite finish the deal. Kurtz clears the rebound, and WHA back in business. Lobbed inside for Welk. Well too far past her, but it came out for Rand for 3, and it's good.
Big shot there by Britta Rand.
That lob came inside for Welk. She saved it in right into the hands of Rand, who hits a big 3. Duvernay calling for it on the near side. Gets it off for Zimpel. Screen. Zimpel to the high post. Now up top it goes. Hikus for 3. Hikus knocks it down.
Big shot by Hikus.
Morrison will come back with it now as Aubrey Morrison set to check in on the next whistle. Avery Morrison cuts the other direction, gets to the basket, can't get it to go. Welk with the rebound, and she's fouled as she goes up for the shot. We'll have to see who this is on. It is going to be on Davis. It'll be her fourth. It was between Davis and Duvernay, and I was just hoping they were going to accidentally put it on Rysdam. Alex Rysdam also set to check in for the Bombers as the first free throw is up and good. So Davis will check out as WHA brings in also Aubrey Morrison. So Avery and Aubrey Morrison along with Rand, Olschlager, and Welk. Braham Bombers go with Duvernay, Hikus, Rysdam, and Aaron Zimpel. Second free throw up and good. It's a 2-point ball game. Wolves lead it 53-51 with 5:48 to go. Rysdam screen and roll, and a timeout called by Coach Loy. And Adam, here at 5:45 to go, it's just a 2-point ball game, so it's not necessarily a moment to panic. I think maybe a good decision by Loy. Let's settle things down. Let's get a good set, and we'll talk about all you got to do is win the next 5:45.
Right. It's just a 2-point game, one possession game. They could tie it or take the lead on this possession. You just need a good possession here. You don't want this 2-point lead to turn into a 4-point lead, then turn into a 6-point lead, because that's when you get into trouble.
Quick check of the other score, 57-45, as North Branch looks like they might fall and be eliminated from postseason play. If you're looking to find out what games we're going to be doing, we have a 3-pack of games going on tomorrow. Go to WCMPradio.com/broadcast schedule to find out more. That'll be the list of the games, what station we're going to be on. There'll also be a direct link to the respective YouTube feed that the audio-only broadcast will be on. Again, audio-only broadcast here in the postseason due to MSHSL restrictions. 5:45 to go here in the second half. 53-51. WHA leads it by 2.
Do you run the screen and roll here again?
I would. Rysdam will control it out of the inbounds. Off for Zimpel, far side. Gets the screen there by Duvernay. Off for Hikas. Near side now for Morgan Rysdam. Looking to get that one entered in. Knocked away by Aubrey Morrison. Trying to enter that in for Nicole Duvernay.
Really good defense there by Aubrey Morrison.
Morrison over to the near side now for Olschlager. Back for Aubrey. Aubrey Morrison, high post now for Olschlager. Lobs it over to the far side. Aubrey Morrison open for 3. That's going to be front iron, no good. And Morgan Rysdam clears the rebound.
The transition points haven't been there for Braham.
Ball knocked inside, and I don't know if Alex Rysdam meant to pass that or if she just had a missed dribble. But it tried to go inside, trying to get that one for Olivia Hikas.
Britta Rand with her 3rd foul.
But Hikas is going to be fouled by Rand. She'll go to the line now for a 1-and-1. So free throws the rest of the way, and free throws critical in a game like this.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Braham has not been hitting their free throws here tonight.
Hikas got the first, she'll get the second, and make it a 1-point ball game. Dribble, and it is good as Hikas is able to get both. We're tied at 53 with 5 minutes remaining here from SCSU. Back it'll come with Aubrey Morrison, watched by Alex Rysdam. This will be a fun matchup right here. Aubrey, ISO on the near side, gets the screen, goes up top, switching twice. Lean back 3, that's no good, and the rebound on the far side by Zimpel.
Big, strong rebound by Aaron Zimpel.
Zimpel throws it away, though, as it comes down for Aubrey Morrison, but she lost her balance and lands on the sideline.
Tough break for Aubrey Morrison.
It was a long outlet pass, trying to get that one into the front court, but just didn't have it there. Zimpel up top. Zimpel comes all the way through, gets a screen right to the basket, knocked away from her by Kurtz. Tried to get that one underneath the block, but Kurtz able to slap that one away.
Kurtz hasn't been doing the work offensively, but certainly defensively she has been.
Inbounds on the baseline. And it comes Duvernay far side on the wing. Up top, trying to be able to get it free for Hikas. That double screen didn't work. They were able to cover that one. Off for Rysdam. Her 3, that's up and no good, and Welk with the rebound.
Not a bad shot.
Far side set up now for Rand. Rand up top, trying to get that one for Morrison. Inside it goes. Kurtz with a turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound will come down into the hands. Tied up between Zimpel and Welk, and it'll be Braham basketball. That was awfully close. She almost tore that one away to be able to maintain possession. But it'll be the jump ball. Braham will get the basketball. Over to the near side now for Morgan Rysdam. To the free throw line. Off for Olivia Hikas. Mid-range jumper. It's up and good. Aubrey Morrison back with it. Double team comes on this near side. Trying to knock it away. Able to get it off for Avery Morrison. A little quick double team. Avery hands off for Rand. Rand sets. Thought about a 3, but Hikas closed that gap. Lob pass. Got it underneath for Welk. Welk double teamed inside. Somehow found a window to get it up to the basket and able to get that one in, and she's fouled.
Foul's going to be on Hikas, her 2nd, team 6th.
Every single time I see that ball go into Welk, it looks like she is just out of luck on that double team, and all of a sudden she finds a way to be able to get it to the rim.
Madison Davis back in for the Bombers.
Free throw, no good, and the rebound is going to be picked up and kicked out by Madison Davis. Kurtz almost had it, but thought there was somebody else behind her, but Davis couldn't quite control it.
Kind of surprised Davis.
Inbounds comes now for Morrison. 55-55 with 3.5 to play. Up top as a screen comes off. Leading in, and he attempted a block by Duvernay, but somehow Aubrey Morrison able to get down up over the top and in. Rysdam using that screen. Up top now for Heikes. Over to the near side for Davis. Gets a screen. They hedge up high on her. Cross for Duvernay. She'll fire away a three. Can't get it to fall, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. WHA ball. Heikes had it for a second, but Rand was able to screen her off as the ball goes out of bounds.
0:06 left to play in regulation.
Back it'll come now for Aubrey Morrison. Double team comes, flips it over to the near side now for Avery Morrison. Back for Aubrey. Aubrey over to the near side into the hands of Rand. Up top for Welk. Trying to get Aubrey free on the far side. Aubrey Morrison directing traffic. Up top it goes. Avery Morrison open for three. Can't get it to go. Welk with a rebound. Turnaround, that's no good. Rebound batted around. It'll come out for Rand with a jumper. That one is good.
2 offensive rebounds for the Wolves.
Bombers were tremendous in the first half on the offensive glass. They have struggled in the second half, trying to keep WHA off of the offensive boards. Up top, Heikes for three. Good! Olivia Heikes has been the bright spot from beyond the arc tonight.
She has 22.
14 for Morgan Rysdam, but 22 for Olivia Heikes. Leading three, and a big-time three by Aubrey Morrison. Makes it a 4-point game, 62-58, and a timeout for the Braham Bombers. Minute 55 left. And Adam, do you sense not panic, but a little bit of tense starting to come over the arena?
I've been feeling tense since the halftime break. Wait, do you feel tense?
No, I'm totally fine. It's all fine. Braham is going to have a solid possession coming out of this timeout.
Right. You don't need a three. You don't need to do anything drastic. You just need a bucket, a stop.
I think if nothing else, if you're Coach Zach Loy, you're also having the conversation, hey, have the confidence to shoot it.
Right.
Because right now, nobody is having the confidence to shoot it.
Except for Olivia Heikes.
But anybody has that ability to be able to do it. We don't need to key on one. They've just been kind of short-arming some of the threes because we've missed so many tonight. Minute 54 to go here in the second half. More Madison Davis over to the near side now. Morgan Rysdam, high point for Heikes. Over to the far side on the wing for Davis. Davis, screen and roll over for Duvernay on the near side. Duvernay off for Zimpel. Zimpel gets that screen, hands off up top for Heikes. Heikes surveys over to the far side now for Morgan Rysdam. Lost control for a second. Davis for three, blocked by Welk.
Big defensive play there by Welk.
And a quick timeout taken by Coach Leon and Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. Minute 23 to go here in St. Cloud. 62-58 in favor of WHA. We'll be back here to St. Cloud on FM 100.9 WCMP.
This can be the loneliest sound, and it's never the right time. Car in the ditch, you standing by the side of the road. Thank goodness Hinckley Towing is on the way. 24-hour service, experienced drivers, and state-of-the-art trucks. Put their number in your phone before you need it. Hinckley Towing, 320-385-4049. 320-385-4049.
FM 100.9 WCMP, Andy Beckstrom, Adam Hefty on the call here at St. Cloud State University as we are set to go for the last minute 23 as they're trying to get a quick substitution in here right before we get going as Alex Rysdam was looking to come in, and they're going to make her wait before she can check in. 4-point lead for WHA, and we've seen this before, Adam, a 7-point lead with about a minute 40 to BBE, and Braham was able to come back in that game. Inside it goes, spinning that one up, no good. I don't know how that didn't fall from Aubrey Morrison. Back it comes Davis, cross court over for Rysdam. Rysdam to the high post, Duvernay Stepped up over to the near side for Davis. Minute left to go. Up top for Duvernay. Drives inside. Layup on the backside is good by Zimpel. And this is where the shot clock is key because you can't just sit and wait on it now. Double team in the backcourt as the ball is
so who's it going to be
knocked
on?
away.
It's going to be on
Zimpel. Davis was in the area, and that would have been her 5th, but Zimpel will pick up her 1st. Braham was trying to force the issue in the backcourt, trying to be able to get a turnover.
Aubrey Morrison 3 for 3 from the line so far.
Morrison at the line. Gets it to go. 4 of 4 so far tonight. She has been perfect from the charity stripe. And the broadcaster jinx is not in effect.
So back to a 2-possession lead.
Walker-Hackensack-Akeley thought there was a timeout. They all came to the bench, but it was just a substitution as they brought Oschlager into the ball game. 45 seconds remaining, 4-point ball game. Davis over to the near side. Drives towards the basket, looking for a screen from Duvernay. Up top, Hikas from well beyond NBA. Can't get it to go. Rebound, though, on the far side. Controlled by Rand with under 30 seconds to go. Flipped over for Kurtz on the near side, and she's fouled by Zimpel. And now Braham has got to start fouling to be able to stay in this ball game. I don't know that that was necessarily the shot you wanted to get, but I think there was maybe some impatience with 25 seconds remaining.
It was. Olivia Hikas has been special here tonight. A rare mistake by her.
Bombers going to take a timeout, and I think this is probably Zach Lloyd just kind of having that conversation of, all right, guys, let's have a possession. Shot clock is going to be off now at this point, but they just need to play good, solid, fundamental basketball to be able to maintain where they're at. They have the opportunity. If a free throw is missed here, they can be able to get up court and be able to get a decent offensive set. They don't need a 3 if the 3 is there to be able to take it, but you don't want to utilize all 24 seconds.
Kurtz has yet to shoot a free throw here tonight, but she was 4 for 5 back in January.
She'll go to the line now here for a 1-and-1. Free throws, layups. The story here tonight for the Bombers. Kurtz at the line. First free throw is good. And that doesn't change a whole lot, though, if you're Braham. You wanted to be able to get the ball back right away, but really it doesn't change a whole lot. It was a 2-possession game no matter what.
Yeah, now you just need a 3.
Second one comes off, and Hikas with the rebound. Quickly up ahead for Davis. Davis for Zimpel. Thought about a 3, drives towards the basket. Inside it goes. Duvernay can't get the lay-in to go, and Welk is fouled on the backside. And again, a layup missed inside as the Bombers, I don't know how many times they've gotten to the rim, just haven't been able to complete.
So Welk at the line once again. 4 for 7 on the night.
Welk now with 13 seconds remaining. Free throw's no good, and the rebound down for the Bombers. So Bombers got what they want. Rysdam over to the near side. Zimpel for a deep 3. Good! 5 seconds left to go, and a quick timeout taken by Coach Zach Loy. 2-point ball game, 65-63.
Okay.
I don't even know if I dare take a commercial break at this point in time. 2-point ball game, 65-63. 5.2 left to go in the second half. Alex Rysdam is going to check into the ball game. I think this might be a decision for fouls, if nothing else, because that's really what you're doing. You either have to steal or get an immediate foul. You can't really let any time come off the clock. The thing about it is if you miss a free throw at the other end, it's a long ways to be able to go.
It is. So
but that's what you're hoping for.
You go for the steal, and if you don't get the steal, you foul right away.
6.2 seconds is still, they put a few seconds back up on there. I was going to say, I thought it was a little more than 5, but they reviewed it. They put 6.2 up on the clock. Bombers will have the full court press being put on. Back it'll come now for WHA. They'll inbound on the baseline.
Wolves have 1 timeout left. Bombers have 0.
They're not going to cover the inbounder. Bounce pass comes in, and it's going to be a foul by Rysdam quickly on Aubrey Morrison. So here we go, a 2-point ball game. She's been perfect at the line. If she makes both, it makes it a 2-possession game, but if she only makes one, Braham's got a good shot. Going to be 2-shot foul now as it's a double bonus. Free throw's good. And Aubrey Morrison knocks down the first. Madison Davis checks back in for the Bombers. Zimpel trying to be able to get into the front court.
Big free throw here.
Second free throw. This will make it a 2-possession game. Is good. And a timeout called by WHA. So it's a 4-point lead with 4 seconds to go. And Braham has to go the length of the court to get it into the front court for a chance to be able to get a 3 away. And if you're WHA, I mean, you kind of play in front of them, but you just let them have the 3. Go ahead and let them shoot. Don't try to do anything. Just let it happen. Even if they just inbound it and don't even play defense at all, it might take close to 4 seconds to be able to get it up there. And I think that both teams are out of timeouts, so it's not going to matter.
The only chance that Braham has is if WHA fouls him.
And so I think that's probably what the conversation is there by Jim Leon and the WHA Wolves. Braham won earlier this year. Wolves lead it by 4, trying to get retribution in the section final and get down to the state tournament next week. Crowd yelling no fouls as if Jim Leon, the coach, had not mentioned that at all. Duvernay to pull a trigger for the Duke Blue Devil full court toss. 4 seconds remaining. Duvernay fires it up ahead. And Heikes turns to throw it to somebody, but there's nobody there. And WHA wins it over the top of the Bombers. 67-63. In come from behind fashion, Braham led by as many as 7 in the second half, but could not hold on against Walker-Hackensack-Akeley. We'll come back and start wrapping things up on a postgame from Hollenbeck Hall when we return on FM 100.9 WCMP.
Elmhurst Commons in Braham, a leading provider of senior living, is committed to providing quality care. Full apartments ranging from 566 to 941 square feet. Free cable includes 73 channels. Electric, heat, water, and sewer are also included. Taking private pay and GRH renters, accepting EW and CAD waivers. For more information, please contact Angel Kaler, Housing Manager at 320-396-0440 or check us out online at elmhurstcommons.com.
Hi, this is Sarah from Burnett Dairy Cooperative. Do you know about our propane customer referral program? It's simple and rewarding. Refer a qualified new Burnett Dairy propane customer and you'll receive a $100 credit to your account. Terms and conditions apply. Call 715-689-1032 for details and follow our Burnett Dairy General Store Facebook page. Share the warmth with Burnett Dairy, your trusted propane partner.
At Wellia Health, our goal is to help you live life well at every age and every stage. If you've been busy taking care of everything else but neglecting your own personal health, don't let another year go by without making yourself a priority. Get an annual checkup. Please schedule an appointment at Wellia Health today. Call us at 320-679-1313 or welliahealth.org.
FM 100.9 WCMP, Andy Beckstrom, Adam Hefty here starting the post game on a Section 5A final that goes to Walker-Hackensack-Akeley as the Wolves defeat the Braham Bombers 67-63. And Adam, kind of a somber moment, but at the same time, a tremendous year by the Braham Bombers. A lot of success, and they thought they maybe end this down at the state tournament, but nonetheless, you got to be happy with the way the year went as a whole.
Absolutely. It's a bummer for the Bomber squad, but they're really built well for the future. They're really going to miss their seniors, Madison Davis, Nicole Duvernay, and Aaron Zimpel, but they have a lot of youth that plays a lot. So Braham certainly will be back here at some point in the near future.
They are definitely not going away anytime soon, as Coach Zach Loy has really kind of built this into a program where there's a lot of youth talent coming up through the ranks as they look to maybe get back here in the future, back for an opportunity to get down to the state tournament. And Adam, in the second half, really, what do you think the difference was for WHA to be able to come away with the victory?
I think it's a lot of it lays at the foot of the rebounds. I thought WHA just owned the rebounds in the second half. Notably, Ava Welk really did some work down there on the low block on second, third, and fourth opportunities. Braham did miss some free throws, but I thought the rebounding in the second half was a bigger factor.
Braham also missed a ton of layups and a fair amount of free throws in the ball game, and kind of, you say sometimes you put yourself in this position. A lot of times it's due to turnovers, but really neither team had a ton of turnovers tonight. There was a couple here and there, but there wasn't a lot of turnovers. It just, I don't know, whatever Coach Leon said in that timeout when Braham was up 7.
It worked.
But that's about as perfect of a speech as you could have, as they win it by 4. So it was an 11-point swing from that point to the end of the ball game. But Braham really had him on the ropes at that point in time. But that was a perfect timeout by Coach Leon to just settle his girls down.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of the times when we see these section championships, a lot of the times we see a really good team versus an overmatched team. That was not tonight. I thought both teams are very good. Both teams could have made some noise in the state tournament. Both teams played well enough to win. It's just one of them has to lose. And Walker-Hackensack-Akeley did enough there in the second half to push them over the finish line.
As Coach Jim Leon. Oh, no, it's assistant coach Pat Richter. Pat Richter's been the one up and calling all the plays. Jim Leon has been the one kind of sitting to the side most of the night, but he is the head coach, the elder statesman, if you will, for the Walker-Hackensack-Akeley Wolves as they present the trophy for the runner-up to the seniors, Zimpel, Davis, and Duvernay, the captains. And now the championship trophy handed out to Aubrey Morrison and Ava Welk, and now to Coach Jim Leon for the Section 5A championship by WHA. 67-63 your final score as WHA comes away with the victory over the top of the Braham Bombers. We'll try to see if we can get a chance to talk with head coach Zach Loy here in a little bit. We'll come back on the postgame at SCSU and we return on FM 100.9 WCMP.
A jewelry store.
Nada.
Then it's a thrift store?
Nada. A pawn shop. Nada. Another man's treasure is not a lot of things. What it is a place to find gently used power tools, hand tools, tires, fishing and hunting gear, motocross gear, and a ton of other cool stuff. Stop by and sell your gently used items, or buy something at a fraction of the price of buying it new. Another man's treasure in Becker, Princeton, East Bethel, Rice Lake, Wisconsin, or North Branch. Or visit Another Man's Treasure on Facebook and see what came in today.
Kettle River Pizza, the handcrafted pizza made locally in Ask Cove, Minnesota. Always the highest quality ingredients. Pizza that is consistently great tasting. A true crowd pleaser. 16 varieties to choose from. Enjoy the classics like pepperoni, pepperoni sausage and supreme, to the unique tastes of hot Hawaiian, taco, buffalo chicken, and chicken Alfredo. Pick some up at your local grocer, tavern, or convenience store. Handcrafted Kettle River Pizza. Moms and basketball players approved.
More customers, more name recognition, more employees, more market share. If you'd like a little more for your business, it's time to start digital advertising. Did you know that the average person spends 4.5 hours per day on their smartphone? It's time for you to start reaching them. Streaming TV, SEO or SEM, display ads, and email marketing. If your business could use a little more, contact us now and we can help. info@q-mediagroup.com.
And here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch. The premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for bulk baseball and fast-pitch softball. If your batter needs some individual instruction, Here's the Pitch has lessons with current and former collegiate instructors. Make the right call today. They've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. here'sthepitchmn.com.
Aw, man. Hinckley Collision.
Hell no. My new car?
Hinckley Collision is the right decision. Fender benders, major accident damage, or hail damage. Hinckley Collision is the right decision. With 24/7 towing and fast, friendly, professional service, their collision department will get you back on the road in no time. With decades of experience dealing with insurance carriers, make the call today. 320-384-7002. 320-384-7002.
Promoting good health in children is the best way to ensure they'll enjoy good health as adults. Don't skip out on your children's wellness appointments. Call Wellia Health today at 320-679-1313 to set up a Well Child visit. Our friendly family medicine providers love to support young families by helping your children stay healthy, active, and feeling their very best. WelliaHealth.org.
Exhale slowly, letting any tension leave your body. Breathe in deeply as you stretch every fiber of your soul.
This woman's gonna kill me. I know, and she's so boring.
Now, lift your back.
I'd rather have the WCMP deals guy leading this class. Oh, yeah.
This week, snag a 30-minute massage at Pine City Family Chiropractic for only $45. Breathe.
WCMPradio.com/deals. Slowly now. WCMPradio.com/deals. Now, breathe.
FM 100.9 WCMP. Andy Beckstrom, Adam Hefty, back here at the campus of St. Cloud State University, Hollenbeck Hall, the site of today's matchup between Walker-Hackensack-Akeley and the Braham Bombers. WHA, the Wolves, come away with the victory, 67-63 over the top of our Braham Bombers, and Braham Bombers eliminated from postseason play. They get the runner-up trophy in the Section 5A final. Adam, kind of wrapping things up here on a postgame. You know, it's one of those things where I thought that they played very well throughout the course of the game. Just didn't quite have, I don't know if it was enough, but the big shots that needed to get hit got hit by WHA.
It was, and
it wasn't. It was so bad shots. It was just they just hit them.
And not so much that Braham didn't hit big shots. Olivia Heikus was incredible tonight, hitting a couple big shots. Believe Aaron Zimpel had a big shot there at the end to cut the lead to 65-63 to keep them in the game, to give them an opportunity. Madison Davis, I thought, was a big factor in the first half as well, and it just seemed like they were a little out of sync for parts of the time when Madison Davis wasn't out on the floor. Not so much that they can't run the offense without her, but against a team like WHA, I thought Madison Davis is a big part of what they do. It doesn't really run through her.
The proverbial straw that stirs the drink.
Exactly. And when she was out of the game, whether it to be to rest or she had a little bit of foul trouble there at the end, but it's hard because they played well enough to win, I thought.
Yes.
They did a lot of good things. Just Walker-Hackensack-Akeley did too. And they just had a couple more shots go in, couple more rebounds there in the second half, and that was the difference.
It felt almost to a certain extent, and this is the first time that I've really seen it because I've been impressed and I've said numerous times, even on air, that I've been incredibly impressed with the confidence that Braham has shown all the way up and down the lineup, that it doesn't matter who it is. If you got a shot, you guys know when a good shot is a good shot. Go ahead and take that shot. It felt like in the second half, and maybe it was because of a handful of shots missed in the first half, I don't know what it was, but it felt like there was some hesitancy in the second half.
A little bit.
Not a ton, but a little, just enough that it seemed to kind of affect the way they were playing. They felt comfortable ball handling, maintaining possession, moving the ball around the perimeter, but actually taking the shot, it seemed like kind of like a, well, I guess I will. It didn't seem like there was the just dagger confidence that we've seen in some of the other games.
The defensive pressure was loose enough where if this was Wednesday night against Ogilvy, they would be shooting those shots.
Yes.
However, they didn't tonight for whatever reason. And it really was a game of inches here tonight. I can't stress that enough. They played well enough to win, but so did the Wolves, and they just got a couple more shots to go down.
67-63, a 4-point game, but as you mentioned, I'd probably argue that it was essentially a 1-point ball game.
Right.
I mean, it is a 4-point ball game, but you knock down a couple of free throws, you get to that point, you're already kind of pressing, trying to be able to get a three. Some of the shots that they took are shots that they wouldn't normally take from a little bit deeper than they normally would take them. But nonetheless, a very, very close game. And really, from our standpoint, all you can ask going into it is you hope for a good ball game. And that was absolutely the case tonight. It came up a little bit short, but everything you could ask for.
And now moving forward, if you're Braham, what are you working on in the offseason to fix whatever problems you have, maybe take that next step?
Well, I think that the first step is just making sure that, we talked a little bit about that Madison Davis is kind of the straw for that drink. And you got a player like Aaron Zimpel that's going to be graduating that is one of the better on-the-ball defenders. It kind of does a lot of those little things. Nicole Duvernay does a lot of different things inside and outside. There's some seniors that are graduating. Some of that transition, there is a lot of talent like we talked about, but developing it to that next level that somebody can step in. We've seen Alex Rysdam and Morgan Rysdam run that point a couple of different times. They have that ability to be able to do it, but you have to be able to kind of transition them into, you're not just there to kind of like warm the chair.
Right.
You are now it. And having that confidence that you're smart enough to do it, you're running the show. And I think that that's probably kind of the biggest thing for me. Just continue that development. And I have no doubt that they'll be able to do that, because I don't think that it'll just, halfway stop. They're just going to give up and say, oh, we don't have a point guard next year.
Right.
I think that they're definitely going to do the right things to be able to develop these players. But I think that that's just kind of where it starts. When you have that type of impact type of player, especially like Madison Davis, it's hard to reproduce that. It's hard to be able to replace that. And you just got to be able to continue developing somebody, because Madison Davis wasn't Madison Davis before that.
Right. And here, piggybacking off of what you said, I think Braham is unique in the fact that while you can't really replace players, each player is like a snowflake. Everybody's different. Everybody has different strengths and weaknesses. But you can theoretically replace the seniors that you have now relatively well with who you have on the roster. I mean, Madison Davis, Emily Davis. There's a simple, I don't know, it's hard to tell who would be better in what situation, but I think you have somebody there who can step into that role. And Nicole Duvernay, there's Jenna Beck on the bench as well. I think where Braham is going to have to pay a lot of focus, not just at that top line, but also who's coming off the bench. Who's going to play the Avery Schockman role next year, who comes in for 5-6 minutes and is a spark off the bench. I think that's where Braham is going to need to see what they can do there, because I think the top line, is in pretty good hands.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. I think that that's a really good point, that, we talk about that development and all the confidence in the world in that development. But, yeah, bringing that next generation, that next level off the bench, to be able to, still have that confidence. Depth matters. I don't see a lot of teams getting to the state tournament running a 6-person rotation.
Right. And that some teams do, and they're the ones who lose early because they run into a team that can take advantage of that and use it against them.
Final score 67-63. In the other game on tonight's broadcast, Ethan Game Day Gilman with Chisago Lakes and North Branch. North Branch falls in that game, and they have been eliminated from section play as well. Adam, now with this loss, we're down to 3 teams. We have Foley tomorrow afternoon over at St. John's, and then a doubleheader in Hinckley, as we have both East Central and Braham in their respective games. It's going to be tough sledding for the game that I have. I have all the confidence that Foley's going to give Annandale everything they got, but as a 2-7 matchup, Annandale is an awfully tough draw, and they're going to have their work cut out for them. What do you see in the other 2 games?
I think East Central has the upper hand against, who are they playing? Ogilvy. Oh, Pack Charter.
Pack Charter.
East Central is a quality basketball club. Now, the next one is going to be a very interesting game, because Uppsala did come to Braham. They did defeat the Bombers in Braham, but it went into overtime.
Yeah,
so that's going to be an interesting game as well. So certainly keep an eye on for that. I will be at that game. The doubleheader will be 1 and 2:45. Not quite sure which station it'll be on. Keep an eye on WCMPradio.com or KBEK.com. Look under the sports tab, and the broadcast schedule is there for you to peruse. You too, Andy.
I will try to do that. I am going to go right now to YouTube and like, share, and subscribe. WCMP Sports, WCMP Sports 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe we got 5 channels that are out there. So we're kind of everywhere as much as we possibly can be for being the 3 of us.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can bring a 4th person in there, but we're going to try to bring you as many ball games as we possibly can. So trio of games tomorrow in 2 different sites. The doubleheader for you in Hinckley, and then I will have the 4:30, 4:45 game. They have 4 games going on at St. John's, so the start time is going to be kind of negotiable as far as you're waiting for other games to get done.
This one went a lot better than I thought.
Absolutely. For getting at 7:45, now we're still only 9:30 here at a local time over in St. Cloud.
Yeah, Central.
Yes, yeah. It's St. Cloud time. Kind of like the newspaper, St. Cloud Times. Wrapping things up here on the post game, 67-63. Adam, any final words here? Wrapping things up.
I think maybe it's time, a little bit of time for me to take my broadcaster's hat off, and Braham resident. My son's a senior, so certainly bid these seniors some good luck here moving forward. They had one heck of a season, one heck of a career. It was really a joy to watch them play.
Do you have the list of all the seniors handy by chance?
Madison Davis, Nicole Duvernay, and Aaron Zimpel, the seniors. So it was great to watch them play, finish up their careers here for a really good season. And we are joined here by head coach Zach Loy. Tough break here tonight, but I thought both teams played well. It's just a couple of bounces either way was the difference here tonight.
Absolutely. We told the girls back in the locker room, I think every single one of them can look in the mirror tonight and know that they did everything they could. Like you said, the ball didn't bounce our way a couple times. You play them 10 times, it's probably a 50-50 split. Would love to play them again tomorrow night. But we're incredibly proud of our 3 seniors this season. They've provided us phenomenal leadership over the last 4 or 5 years, and they've gotten the program to where it is now. We challenged our younger players, right? Told them to remember tonight, remember the feeling, and it's time to start working to make sure that we don't have to feel this way again next year. So,
this 3 seniors, they had one heck of a career here. Aaron, Madison, and Nicole did a great job here throughout the years. You talked about what they did with leadership. A little bit more on that. What kind of things have they taught the younger players that really looked like they improved throughout the year? I think leadership was a big part of that.
Absolutely. Number one, the first thing that stands out about those 3 is just their love of the game. The emotion that they play with, the passion that they play with. That rubs off on everybody in the gym, and you can just see how passionate they are for this team and for the game. And then you throw in all of the experience that they've gathered over the last 4 years, 5 years, you name it, they've seen it. And they're willing teachers. They're able to talk to our younger kids. Our younger kids have their respect, and they're phenomenal role models to look up to.
And wrapping things up here, coming from the broadcasting standpoint, it really looks like the seniors really set a standard for what a leader looks like, and for the juniors coming up for next year who will be their next year's seniors, and so on and so on. Do you think that's really the case, that they set the standard?
Absolutely. Success helps to breed success. And so I hope that our underclassmen, once again, look at what they've done well, okay, model themselves after that, and then continue to grow and find even more ways for us to improve so that we can keep climbing and break through that barrier to get to a state tournament.
All right, well, thank you, Coach Loy. It was a privilege to watch you this season, and look forward to watching you next season as well.
Thank you so much.
Wrapping things up here on a post game, I want to appreciate Coach Zach Loy for joining us here briefly here during the post game. Always tough to be able to. I always wanted the coach to be able to come and chat with us. I love to be able to talk after the game, but I also made it very clear that if you don't want to chat after the game, that's totally okay as well, because you could even tell in his voice that just kind of the heartbreak, and it's a tough situation to not only have something like this, but then also have it kind of taken away, right? Kind of towards the end there.
Right. You go into this, and it's necessary that you believe you can win. It's not just encouraged, it's necessary. If you don't believe you can win, you shouldn't be here in the first place. But the downside of that is that when you don't come up successful, it's a farther fall.
Mm-hmm. You see that passion there too. It's not just the kids show it, but the parents live and breathe it. All up and down the line too. And we got to give credit to not only the coaching staff, but also the parents that are involved in this program. All the way up and down for all of the different players. Throughout the entire deal. So, congratulations out to Walker-Hackensack-Akeley, and just a tough night here for the Bombers as we wrap things up on the post game. And again, thanks to Zach Lloyd for joining us out here at the ballpark during the post game. Thanks for Ethan getting us on the broadcast. I want to thank Adam for allowing me to tag along and be a part of last couple of broadcasts here for the Braham girls as I kind of jumped into his world to be able to be part of the fun. And what a ride it was as Braham comes up a little bit short here in the section final. Want to thank all of our sponsors for being a part of it, and of course you, our listening audience, for joining us. Again, WCMPradio.com/broadcast schedule to be able to find out more. And, of course, all of our social media feeds all the way up and down the line. My name is Andy Beckstrom for the Q Media Sports Team with Adam Hefty saying good night from Hollenbeck Hall.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit KettleRiverPizza.com to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today.
WCMP Sports presents high school basketball. Now back to more playoff action. WCMP Sports presents high school basketball. Now back to more playoff action. WCMP Sports presents high school basketball. Now back to more playoff action.